Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm back. This is your boy Alex. I want to say thank you to my 7 subscribers on my second channel. Just like I want to say thank you to 57 subscribers on my first and main channel. It's pretty clear that you guys love these videos, and without you guys, these videos would not be possible. As you know, these videos are made to help men from the ages of 18 to 29 years of age. Doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Latino man, an Asian man. Hell, doesn't matter if you're from Russia or London, England. It's to help men, period. Now, in today's video is to kind of, how should I put this? There's this thing that Alpha Male Strategies talks about in his videos, and I was looking at some videos of his. I was looking at Steve Dean Williams, who's partners with O'Shea Duke Jackson, and I just kind of went in my head like, it's a thing that we don't talk about, but it happens a lot, and that is why men lie for sex from women. So I thought I would come up with 5 or maybe 6 reasons, explanations on why do most men lie to have sex with women, and why you should tell the truth, but then they don't tell the truth, and what do you think this might be about? Now, let's talk about when men tell the truth and they get rejected. Now, let's say you're walking down the street and you see this girl that you go to high school with or you go to college with, and you find her physically, sexually attractive. But you have this fear in the back of your head that you're afraid that if you walk up to her and talk to her, you may not even get past the first 5 or 10 minutes of a conversation. And you fear that before you can even open your mouth and say something, you get rejected and shut down. And you don't talk to her. You freeze up and you just pass by because you don't know what to say. You haven't had the slightest idea, slightest clue on what to say. So you pass by. You see her the second day, but you do it 2 days in a row. You do it 3 days in a row. And it ain't until the 4th day you finally summon up the energy and the courage to finally talk to her. You discover she's a nice, fun person. She giggles, she laughs. You make a comment, you like her backpack. And you speak for about 5 minutes and you say, I saw you in class and that was a good answer to give the teacher. You try to find some kind of way to make the conversation fun and interesting. But the next time you see her, you do the same exact pattern again. So after 3 weeks, she finally asks you, how come every time I see you the first 3 days, you don't ever speak, but when it's the day number 4, you talk? And you say, well, because the first day I be in a rush to go home and do my homework like everybody, and when I see you, I'm not sure if you're busy or if you're free, so I don't want to disturb you, which sounds like you're telling the truth, right? But then it gets more complicated as time goes on. You talk to her for about a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but you have a problem. When it comes down to asking for a phone number and she tells you the reason why she can't give you the phone number, it's because she only sees you as a friend. Oh shit, you've been rejected. And you go, but I told the truth. I told you that I like you and I find you physically, sexually attractive. And she go, I know you told me that, but I just see you as a friend. And you get angry, you get frustrated, you get in your feelings. Happens to all of us. And you never recover from it because you can't believe it's a girl you like. And you see, I come to the conclusion, because I'm giving you the first reason on why men tell the truth. Because you see, and I don't want no millennial man to take this personal, so don't get offended when I say it, because it's happened to me too. A lot of us see these movies and these television shows, and we naturally assume that if you just tell the truth about how you feel about a woman, all your problems go away. All your problems are solved. Ain't gonna cut it. So I know it's a bad Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonation, but I'm here to just try to, spill some wisdom onto y'all. That is, You tell her the truth, and a lot of times men are afraid to tell women the truth because the next thing that might shock you is being laughed at. Oh, yeah. Remember those days where you were in high school and college and they laughed the hell out of you? You walked up there thinking you were some guy from a movie or a television show. Your ass was clumsy. You bumped into some shit, didn't think that nobody saw it. Everybody laughing at your ass. You remember them embarrassing days in high school. You remember those embarrassing moments in college. And you don't ever want to remember those embarrassing moments. And you walk over there and you try to say hi. And she look at you with that look like yes. And you hesitate. And then you try to pass a note. And she kind of look at you like, what do you got in your hand? And she already know what you're trying to do. And she has to, she turns around and she sees everybody looking at her, talking to you, and she has to be the one to hurt your feelings. So she says no to you in front of everybody. Oh yeah, I've had that happen to me 5 or 6 times. Didn't feel good. Very painful, very hurtful rejection. Takes you quite a while to get over it. And then you finally get the one where you talk to her one-on-one and you try to reason with her, but you come to find out it ain't you reasoning, it's you begging. Like, give me a chance, give me a shot. And she says no. Now, see, life's funny. I'm trying to tell you, life is funny at 30. I mean, life's not funny at 20. Trust me, all in my 20s, I got my ass whooped. Mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, I was getting my ass whooped all in my 20s. From the beginning of my 20s to the end of my 20s, I was getting my ass whooped in every category. Had no chance in hell. 30s, that's a completely different movie. Completely different story. Different ball game. I've had the one where you don't know how the girl knows, but somehow, some way the girl knows that you're telling the truth. And I've had the one where somehow, some way the girl knows that you're lying and you're full of shit. I've even had that too. And you be scratching your head saying, how in the hell you know all of this? And you'll be surprised that scientists did a study about 20 years ago, 20 to 25 years ago, and they discovered that a woman has an ability, a sensor where they can sense 2 to 3 times faster than a man's brain can operate. That's not television, that's not film, that's according to the math and science, and it's very real. That's why when a woman rejects a man, she can sense in your behavior, she can sense in your mannerisms what kind of man you are. So let's say you smoke cigarettes, right? Well, she don't need you to open your mouth and tell her I smoke cigarettes. If she can smell it and if she gets this feeling that you look like you smoke cigarettes, you look like you drink, chances is you smoke and you drink. If she look at you from head to toe and can tell you go to the gym and you work out, she don't need you to open your mouth and tell her I go to the gym and I work out. If your hair is cut short and your face has got the nice clean shave and you dress well, she don't need you to open your mouth and tell her you got some money saved up. She know you got some money saved up. If you walk on the street all bummed out and broken shit, well, she's gonna know just by looking at you. And a lot of times men are terrified when women are able to just feel and sense if you're telling the truth or if you're lying. Now, when a guy tells the truth, it's because he's seen all these movies and all these television shows, and he thought that was going to make his situation better, and unfortunately, I'm afraid it does not. It's a very painful and humiliating experience when you tell a woman how you feel and things blow up in your face and your plan backfire and you're doing this, trying to figure out what the hell happened. Oh, it's happened to me. Trust me, it's happened to me at least 6 to 7 times in 10 years It's happened to me. So don't feel bad that it's happening to you, because it happened to me. And I'm the best of the best, and it happened to me. So it don't matter if you're the best of the best or the worst of the worst. We all come to that point where we see a beautiful, attractive woman and somehow some things don't go our way. Hold on, right when I'm doing the video. So like I was basically saying that this happens. And when it happens, it's hard to get by, but it happens. You get laughed at, you get teased. Now you don't want to talk to the girl no more. Now let's talk about why men lie to get what they want from women when it comes to sex. Because I think that's what you guys really want to hear about, is why do a man lie to a woman when it comes to sex? See, a lot of times when a man lies to a woman to have sex, it's because he gets made fun of. He gets teased. I mean, think about this. Your whole entire life, you were told if you just play by the rules, if you put in blood, sweat, and tears, and you put in the effort and you work your ass off, hard work will pay off, good things will come to you, right? Well, that is true, but it's also bullshit because politics are involved. And when politics are involved, that's when you find out it's the way you look, it's the way you carry yourself, it's your behavior, it's the way you talk. And a lot of women judge a book by its cover. A lot of women are shallow. Whether they want to admit it or whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they're very shallow. You got some men out there that are shallow too. But what I'm trying to explain to you is when a woman rejects you, she look at what she see and she goes by what she feels. If she feels good, if she feels comfortable around you, then she can do certain things that she can't do with other guys. Like, for an example, how many times, or raise your hand if you ever seen this in high school or in college or at the gym or at your workplace. It's a girl you like, but when you talk to her, she gets the feeling that you make her feel bad and uneasy. And you're probably not a bad person. You're probably not a creep. You're probably not a weirdo. But perception, and thanks to social media, you have that to deal with. All of a sudden, she goes to a guy that you see, both guys like the same girl, but he gets the hugs, you don't get no hug. You got to go walk up to her and strike up a conversation, and she won't talk to you the same way she talks to other people. Like with other people, she's fun and exciting, and with you, she's very angry and hostile, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? So you leave her alone and you don't talk to her. And then you have those awkward moments where you walk into the hallway, you want to drink some water, she cuts you off and look at you with that mad look, and you say, excuse me, because you figured at some point you got to open your mouth and you got to say something. You got to say something because you want her to stop having so much anger towards you. And you be going, did I do something wrong? Well, what is it that I do now wrong? And a lot of times the girl play mind games, and you get mad because she talking to other guys and having a nice, fun, exciting time. And when she see you, you just remind her of failure and disappointment. So a lot of men don't like to tell the truth because every time they tell the truth, it always got to be based on some shallow bullshit, which I get why men get angry and upset when women do this. And you see, it's like when you go to a job interview. You go to like the 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 job interviews, right? Let's say you go to 12 job interviews in 10 months. And let's say only 6 out of 12 call you back or email you back for a second interview. Now, that doesn't mean you got the job. You just got a call back or an email for a second round, for a second interview. And the other 6, you know, they don't ever call back. They don't ever email you back. They just reject you and you get rejected and you don't get the job. Well, you got some women that are just like jobs. I always say women are just like jobs. When you first meet a woman, not only that you're going to get a shit test, you're getting an interview process. You're being interviewed. You know, do you eat your fruits and vegetables? Do you drink a lot of water? Do you have good social skills? Do you dress good? Do you look good? You know, do you have money saved up? You know, these are things that women bring to your invited attention. And what they're looking for is, do you tell the truth or do you lie? And most of the time you tell the truth, and if they don't like what they hear when you tell the truth, they reject you. And you figure, okay, that's just one girl. So I'll go to two girls. I'll go to three girls, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 girls. And I get rejected by all 9 girls. And again, you do this. What the hell is going on here? What's going on here is all the women have the ability to sense 2 to 3 times faster than most men's brains on who's telling the truth, who's lying, who makes them feel comfortable, and who makes them feel uncomfortable. And most men never learn that they're making the same mistake over and over and over and over again because nobody opens their mouth and tells them the information that I'm telling you. That's why when you see the bad boy, because I made a YouTube video called The Bad Boy Effect Part 1 and Part 2, I said in that YouTube video that all the nice guy does is all he does is ever tell the truth and he gets rejected. The bad boy tells very little to no information about himself, and the girl keeps chasing after him. You know, he go to the gym, the girl stalks him at the gym. He goes to the movie theater, the girl stalks him at the movie theater. He go to work, the girl follow him to work and stalk him at work. Everywhere he go, the girl follows him. And you be shaking your head like, this guy ain't told no information about himself and the girl's still messing with him. I tell all the information about myself and the girl just leave me alone. I'm going to tell you a secret that was taught to me in the martial arts. All my martial arts teachers told me, do you want to know what's the difference between being good and being great? And I said, what? The guys who are good always are expected to be good. The guys who are destined to become great, they're destined to fail. People who are destined for greatness is expected to fail. They're not expected to succeed. And people who are expected to be good, they're expected to be good all the time. And what I'm trying to say is when a nice guy say, well, I did the right thing. I got 2 jobs. I got money. I talk to girls with respect. So well, why they not taking me? Because it's expected of you to do that. When a bad boy sees a beautiful, attractive woman, he'll introduce himself. He'll talk to the girl and tell the girl how he feels. And when a girl asks you how many men, or should I say, when a woman asks you how many women you had sex with, 99.99% accurately, most of us don't know how to answer that question, because if we say, well, I ain't had sex in 5 years, I ain't had sex in 10 years or in 15 years, then the woman be like, so you're a virgin. And according to Ringo TV Raw, a man can't call himself no virgin. You just say you've been playing baseball and you got sent to the dugout. Every time it's time for you to hit the ball, you get 3 chances to hit the ball out of the park, right? And all 3 times you keep striking out. You know, you try to get to third base and you strike out. You don't know what to tell the girl. Remember in my YouTube video when I said sex with stepmom and stepdaughter? Remember that video? Well, I explained in that video that a lot of men don't know what to do when they get confronted by an older woman who's got 10 years of experience, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years of experience. They don't know how to open their mouth and say, well, certain things of that nature. They don't know how to explain it. Even if you have a learning disability, let's say you have Asperger's, or you're introverted, or you're dyslexic, 99.99%, if you're a heterosexual man, a woman still can operate 2 to 3 times faster than the male brain and find out if you're lying or telling the truth. And a lot of times when you tell a woman the truth, a woman might say it's good, but it's not good enough. Now, there's an old saying called, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. Sometimes a woman want to see it in your behavior that you're telling the truth or if you're lying. Like when you do tell, when a woman say, do you think I look cute in this dress? And you say yes, she'll go, you're lying because you said it too fast. That's why you see a lot of bad boys just straight out say that dress is whack, it's terrible, you need to wear this. And the girl feels more comfortable when the guy just straight out says it versus you lie to her and say, that's a good dress, even though you know it's not a good dress. But you might say, well, you just said that telling the truth don't get you nowhere. Well, then why you say lying? And I'm gonna tell you why some men lie when it comes to sex. Because what man wants to tell a woman, well, I ain't had no sex in 5 years. I ain't had no sex in 10 years, 15 years, because for almost a decade and a half, I keep facing rejection after rejection after rejection, which brings me to the next point. The vast majority of men, about 80% of men, when they do get laid, when they do have sex, or they do have a sexual encounter with a woman that's either very decent or very sexually hot and attractive, they will most likely lie because it's based off of one fear, the fear of rejection. You know, you get rejected all in high school, all in college. You talk to women at the gym, you get rejected. You talk to women at the park, the movie theater, at your job, you get rejected. And when you face rejection some 60 to 80% of the time, it's just like going to a job interview. You tell them everything about yourself and they still go, well, that's good, but we're looking for something that fits our traditional standard. Translation, what they're trying to say is, you're good, but we're looking for something much better. We want better. We want something that's better quality. And you probably might get angry or upset like, I am good quality and I could become better quality. And they go, well, you're good. And when you talk to a woman, it's like a job interview. A woman's giving you an interview. Translation, you're being shit tested. And when a woman does it based off of the way you look, you got to remember it's the way she feels. And when men lie, a lot of times a man will look at another guy and see how a guy lies to get what he like. You want to know what I find funny? The guys that you see in the movies that are criminals and they lie to get what they want, a lot of times those guys had to become a master manipulator to get what they want from people, because when they do tell the truth, they what's the word I'm looking for? They know how to get what they want without getting in trouble, and they're good at doing it, and they do it for years, and they get so great at it that no one ever suspects that they would ever lie, because they figured out how to lie without telling the truth, and they make the lie into the truth to make the woman believe it 90% of the time. Now, there are some women that still can tell if you're telling the truth or you're lying. Now for the shocking truth. Women are being lied to all the time. Women are being lied to at work. Women are being lied to at the movie theater, the park, the gym. Women are even being lied to when they're in college. Even when they go to the bank, women are being lied to. So a woman doesn't know if you're telling the truth or if you're lying to her. So whenever a woman asks you all these questions real fast and is hitting you with these strong, hard questions, a lot of time the woman is doing it because she don't know if you're telling the truth. She don't know that you're lying. Now, I know you guys are going to say, but women lie too. And don't worry, when we get to January 2019, I'm going to make a video on why women lie. Not for sex, but why they lie in general. What I'm explaining in this video is why men lie and why women fall for it. You see, you ever had a friend who never had a job in their entire life, and then all of a sudden they get a job because they lied on the application? See, here's the thing. When you lie on your job application and you convince people that you're good A lot of times they'll put you under pressure to see what kind of experience that you have. And then they'll find out, oh, this guy doesn't have any experience, so he lied on his application, which could lead to termination. But most of the time, what happens is you just find out what you need to do, and then you lie on these applications, and that's how you get somewhere. Now, you could take some concept of that and apply that to the opposite sex. A guy will lie to a girl and say, I have a house or a car, when in reality he doesn't have a house or a car, and usually the girl will fall for it. And what these type of bad boys do is they bait women into a trap to have sex with them. And I've had some friends in high school and college that are very great at this. They figure out what a woman likes, they figure out what a woman wants, and they present that to the woman. But in order for the woman to get what they want from the guy, they make her give up the sex first, and then if they decide to want to give it to the woman or not. That's why these guys lie. A lot of times it's based off of rejection. You know, if a girl knows too much about you, then you get put in the zone that you don't want to be put in, and that is the dreaded friend zone. That's what happens when you tell the truth. Remember when you was in high school or in college and your English professor told you, I want you to do a book report, but don't tell me all the information that I already know? A lot of times when guys tell girls what they want to hear, a woman get mad because it's like, I've heard this before. I've seen this before. And you be trying to do it because you just want the girl to just make the situation easy for you. And sometimes in life, things don't always go the way they're supposed to go. So, yeah, men will lie for sex. And it's a topic that people ask, should you tell the truth? Should you lie? Here's what I'm going to say. I would say at least 3 to 4 times tell the truth. At least the first 3 to 4 times, make an effort to tell the truth. If the first time you told the truth and you get rejected, okay, that's just one time. If you tell the truth a second time and you get rejected 2 times, that's just 2 times. But if you get rejected 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or 6 times or 7 times, then yeah, at some point you have to lie. Because if you're always telling the truth, you got to ask yourself one question. If you tell the truth to all these women, what type of women are you talking to? Because if you're talking to women that have unrealistic high expectations, then you're probably reaching too high. If you're talking to women that's on the same level as you and you're still getting rejected, then at some point you might want to actually learn how to lie. Like the movie Ocean 11 with George Clooney in it, where Julie Roberts confronts him at dinner and she gets mad at him and she says, "You lied to me." And he has that sarcastic look on his face when he says, "I only lied about my profession, but everything else I told the truth on." You guys got to figure out how to learn how to lie to a woman by still telling the truth. Now, the girl still might get mad at you and say, "I want to hit you in the face," but by the end of the day, she'll probably go, "Okay, I'll accept that. You just lied about one thing," but don't make a habit out of lying about every single thing. Because then the question she's going to ask is, if you lied about that, what else could you possibly lie about? So I would say at least 3 to 4 times, at least try to tell the truth. And then if you get shot down all 4 times, then that could be either you're trying to talk to a girl who is expecting too much, or you're talking to the wrong type of female. Now, if it's a girl that's on the same current level, then you might want to take a break and let 2 or 3 months go by and then try again. But don't make too much of a habit lying too much. Too much lying can also get you rejected, and telling the truth too much can get you rejected. It's kind of like the Star Wars thing. There has to be a balance of telling the truth and lying. It's a nice way of saying you got to know when to lie. You got to know when to tell the truth. If you do a combination of the two, you might actually get lucky, and you may never know. You might get laid based off of lying. Just don't make a big habit out of doing it too much. Because some guys use it as a crutch. And then what happens when you get a girl that is good at lying, then yeah, then she'll be able to tell. Because you got some women that are good at lying. And lying is a nice way of saying you're what they call a master manipulator. So that's why I'm saying don't do it too much. Until next time, peace.